Hey, I'm meteorologist Doug Myers with the latest look at your forecast. Yesterday, back a little bit above average for this time of year, in the mid-40s for much of the area with afternoon sun after the morning freezing fog. I think we'll have another round of freezing fog this morning at in several locations, and then I think clouds will linger a little bit longer today, so that will keep temperatures a little bit cooler and closer to the upper 30s and low 40s this afternoon. So as we've been taking a look at our supercasts over the last couple days and the differences in the short-term computer models, with one model indicating that clouds linger, like this one. And the other model, this is the model that consistently had the clouds clearing out both afternoons from yesterday and on Tuesday. And yes, you can kind of see the fog and the lower clouds starting to clear out late this morning and into the noon hour, but then high clouds are still going to be in the area. So that's why we're going mostly cloudy. It doesn't completely clear out like it's been for the past couple of days with blue skies. That's not going to happen today. And so that is one of the reasons why we will be just slightly cooler. The winds still remain fairly light, about 10 miles per hour or less, and that continues to be the case tomorrow with our snow moving in. So right now it looks like, unless you're in our far southern communities, the morning commute should be fine and dry. But as we get throughout the day, we will have that snow increasing, coming up from south to north, and we'll continue with the snow as we head through the evening hours, winding down by midnight, leaving us with dry conditions late Friday night and most of Saturday. Saturday's still picking up on a little bit of some light precipitation, maybe some sprinkles, some flurries. Not expecting impacts, so I'm going to keep it out of the 8-day forecast, but don't be surprised if you do run into some light precipitation falling Saturday afternoon. How much snow can we potentially get? It says not the model that you just saw. I just wanted to show you this one because it's not in our 4-panel model suite, if you will. You can see it could range anywhere from a trace to almost up to 4 inches in Emporia. Now, keep in mind that unless the snow is coming down at a heavy enough rate, temperatures are going to be above freezing during the majority of the time it's snowing, and the soil temperatures are still slightly above freezing too. So that is going to limit how much snow is able to accumulate, where a lot of the snow may melt, which is why I'm not thinking it's going to get up to that 4 inches. I think at most there could be a 2 to 3 inch range. I don't expect a 3 to 4 inch range. The GFS almost has a very similar situation. The model that you saw on Supercast was the graph, the top left. So you saw there was a lot of snow throughout much of the day on Friday and then Friday evening, but it wasn't overly heavy. It is showing that most areas less than an inch. The European and the NAM does show a little bit heavier in some locations too, but generally speaking, trace to 1 with isolated 2, maybe. Very small potential, not completely out of the question. Our far southern communities, there could be a few 2 to 3 inch totals. That would be very, very low. So, with that in mind, you can see the temperatures will generally range from upper 30s to near 40 through the weekend or even into Monday. And early next week, that is going to be the bigger concern for snow. So through the Saturday time period, the European, again, shows a little bit of snow in our southern communities, most spots at trace to 1. But as we head into early next week, now we have several areas getting into the 4 to 8 inch range, otherwise 2 to 4 for the rest of northeast Kansas. The GFS, again, shows some heavier snowfall totals, so just keep that in mind as you adjust with the final forecast output of what to expect with snow through next Thursday. Many spots getting in the 4 to 8 inch range. So there's a possibility we could be dealing with 2 to 4, maybe some isolated heavier amounts with the storm system early next week. And the probability of snow impact is getting very, very high. Remember, this graphic does not indicate anything other than there is going to be impact from snow. Does not indicate how much. Does not indicate, well, it does indicate timing, Monday morning through Tuesday morning, but just something to be aware of. And then the likelihood of wind having more of an impact on our system early next week compared to tomorrow, that is also going to be a concern. What's also going to be a concern is these colder temperatures. Temperatures are going to be near seasonal at least over the next couple of days, but as we get deeper into the 8-day forecast, especially with how much snow we could potentially get early next week. Of course, as always, snow keeps our temperatures cooler than what they otherwise would be if we didn't have snow. And as the colder air continues to filter in as well, it's only going to add to that risk of below normal temperatures, especially through the 8 to 14-day outlook, and above average precipitation continues as well. There's a possibility As we get towards the end of next week, yeah, I have mid-30s Wednesday and Thursday, but keep in mind that I may have to adjust that based on how much snow we get Monday and Tuesday. Temperatures do have the possibility to be stuck in the 20s by Friday into possibly next weekend as the colder air continues to filter in. So a long ways out, there's a chance that cold air doesn't even reach us, but some of the latest computer models are indicating we could get some of our colder temperatures of this season as we get closer to the end of next week into the following weekend. Temperatures for lows could even be in the single digits. So be prepared for that. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll see how far south the colder air mass gets. But, of course, first and foremost, be prepared for some slick roads here and there Friday night. Not going to be a huge concern, all things considered, of what will be compared to early next week's system. And so just be aware, prepare, and stay updated. We'll continue to keep you updated.